Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? This is the very first episode of Trey's Way. So I'm your man, OTR Trey, aka Trey Way, aka Durag Trey. It is Wednesday, so I am once again Wednesday night Trey. And I am joined by a special guest, my guy, Jokes from JJ. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Good. Can't complain. How you been?
Doing good. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We got Fade Mitchell in the building. Oh,
We
what's
made
going
it.
on, sir?
We made it.
Found your do rag, I
Ah,
see.
yes, yes. Welcome to
So,
Trey's Way. Ah, Fade. Fade, do you have anything you would like to say to the people, sir?
what up, people? And what a good old year.
Oh. Okay. So tonight, I really just wanted to have these guys on so we could just talk about a couple of news items going on in the world of professional wrestling today. Uh Before we start, Calvin, what you think of my background?
You know I'm always into the blue.
You know what I'm saying? Wait, Nip, RIP.
You got,
You
got,
feel me?
got the good old Crenshaw going on.
Yeah. I would have jokes from JJ, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want my feelings hurt.
Mr.
Whatever.
Bland sarcasm.
That is me.
Yeah. But all right, so I want to start off with first off, does anybody watch AEW at all or consistently between y'all two?
I do watch it every now and then. I'm not gonna lie, say I watch it consistently.
So I say, what we catch it, we catch it.
All right, so starting off, the show started tonight with Hangman Adam Page versus Claudio Castagnoli, and Hangman won clean. Have y'all been keeping up with the Blackpool Combat Club?
Good old BCC.
Do you know who's
I'm
in
glad,
it?
I'm glad you said BCC because that was
I'm definitely going to say that one.
the stream would have went along left real quick.
I would have shut the stream down.
I would have turned my phone completely off. Like, you know what? I don't like where this is going.
All right, so I brought that up, but that was only because that was the first match. But how did I want to get y'all's opinions? How did y'all feel about Adam Cole being revealed as the devil?
It was completely expected.
Against MJF.
It was expected. So like it wasn't shocking or anything. It was like when Vince McMahon revealed himself to be the higher power. Like if you didn't see that coming, then you just weren't paying attention.
Do you think that it was just as predictable as that?
Yeah. In fact, probably more predictable. Because who else would it have been?
Jungle
It
Boy?
was
I mean, Jack
extremely
Perry.
predictable.
Really?
Jack Perry, Luke Perry, William the Refrigerator Perry. It was never going to be any of them, man.
It was extremely predictable, and it almost hurt the long-term storyline that you try to build. Because after a while, everybody knew, and now we're just anxious. Well, not even anxiously waiting. We're annoyingly waiting for the reveal to finally happen. Now, maybe the more surprise would be who the Devil's Men actually turned out to be, more so than Adam Cole being the Devil himself.
I think the only surprise was Wardlow. But then when the fact that it was people going against MJF, Wardlow actually makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So,
But did you? I don't know if you caught the promo that Adam Cole cut after. He said that Wardlow is going to go after. No, he said Roderick Strong is going to go after the international championship that Orange Cassidy has, and then he said that. And then he said, "Yo, JJ, what's up, bro?
Whatever.
Your TV loud as hell."
Oh, my fault. I didn't realize it was that. I wasn't even listening.
And then he said that Wardlow.
at least he was watching something appropriate.
He said that Wardlow's going to go after the AEW championship, and then after he wins it, and Adam Cole is healthy, he's going to forfeit the championship to Adam Cole. So of course, we know how this is going to end up.
So Wardlow's Luchasaurus. He's just gonna win the title and forfeit it.
Mark Henry style, man.
Oh, here you go, sir.
Just give the European title right to Mark Henry, Jeff Jarrett. While you're I hate that. It diminishes the value of the title.
You think so?
Like regardless how you do it, it makes it not worth win. Like someone had to go through all this to win it. He's like, man, he's gonna give it away. Like it's $2 steak. No, I'm good.
That $2 steak is cheap.
It's like
Very cheap.
AEW does so much work to put on, you know, sometimes classic matches, but then they give us like a 1.5 star storyline.
I think that leading up to it, I think that the Adam Cole MJF best friend storyline was actually one of my favorite storylines that they have been doing. With the double clothesline that they kept trying to hit and they would finally hit it. And then MJF with the kangaroo kick.
That part was fun. I mean, getting a face run from MJF was fun. All of that was great, but the devil's reveal lurking in the background, it started to kind of taint the storyline. Because like we
you
said
knew
before,
what it was.
You're annoyingly waiting for a review that we already know is happening.
Yeah. Now, speaking of MJF, say he's going to be out for a year probably because of all his injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So, because Adam Cole said MJF is gone forever, we know that's not true unless he signed with WWE, which I don't believe he did. But Samoa Joe, the man that beat MJF and worked with Adam Cole, is now in the ring, and he's talking about people that he wants to face. And I'm going to bring up some of these names. He brought up Hangman, but the name that I really want to talk about is the man that's coming out right now, my man Swerve. You know what I'm saying? Swerve.
That's one of the worst wrestling names I've ever heard.
Swerve?
Yes.
Nah, see. You liked it better when he was Kill Shot?
No, even that sounds like a name off of Streets of Rage. Like they both sound terrible.
Come on, JJ.
He could get Marvel. He get Streets of Rage.
What like Swerve, Kill Shot, like Mace, T-Bar. Like that's what that is. That's exactly what that sounds like. It's just Retribution Light. Like that's what that name is.
So my question is, I believe that Swerve is a future AEW World Champion. I think that had he stayed in WWE, I'm not sure if he would have gotten to the point where he would have been challenging somebody like Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship, because I don't know how WWE would have booked him. But I love the way that he's being booked currently in AEW. They're making him look and feel like a world champion. What's your thoughts?
As long as you're booking someone, you can make anybody look like a champion if you book them properly.
Tell that to Damian Priest.
Well, they're not booking Damian Priest like a champion. They're booking Damian Priest like a 7 o'clock TV show on a Saturday with no sports, like in July.
No sports.
Is it about booking, or I mean, I think Swerve's fan base is making the noise, and AEW actually, listens to the fans more than WWE does. It takes a while. Merch sells sometimes for a Bryan Danielson move to happen. But as far as do I see Swerve as a future AEW champion, unless it's a transitional champion, then possibly, depending on who's going to drop the belt at that time.
I've brought and then here comes Hangman. All right, so everybody that Joe called out. Now I brought
AEW, they don't put the main title on people that's just going to hold on to it for a month or two.
Matter of fact, I got something to show y'all. So
if you're the AEW champion, they're gonna keep that on for like 6 months at least. It feels like
you're at least getting 2 pay-per-views with the strap.
All right, I'm trying to pull this video up. Here you go. Not video, but
Hey.
All right, so this is the list of people that Samoa Joe was talking about facing, and he said, what did he say? He said Kenny Omega when he's healthy, and Will Ospreay. So those would be two. Swerve and Hangman are both waiting for me, and the matches we can do are infinite. The possibilities going into this year are wide and varied, and it's going to be very fun. And
I
he
really
also
want to know.
he mentioned Okada as also another possible challenger from New Japan. So what y'all think?
I really want to know who was in the room when they came up with the name Swerve.
Well, he's had it forever.
Yeah.
I just want to know who came up with that name to give him. Like,
he actually has rap songs rapping about, so he probably came up with it.
All right.
JJ's real big on people's names. Wrestling names.
Because
he hates the fact he hates my wrestling name Treyway. He hates it.
Because names are important. If I let's take Stone Cold Steve Austin, let's call him Fang McFrost, like what they wanted to call him. Does he reach the same level of success?
That's not Swerve. That's not a Swerve name.
That's not the point. It's my nigga. Look, if we're gonna be honest, the name Swerve is terrible. If I take away wrestling and say, hey man, I got this person named Swerve, what immediately comes to your mind? A nigga, right? Just a random creative play default nigga. Like that's what comes to mind.
Until you see him in the ring and see his promo skills.
Okay.
And you realize that he's that dude.
Oh man, I can say now the greatest of all time, man. What's his name? Swerve.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Now I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of capping a little bit because I did say, episode way back of the OTR pod, I did say that I don't see Big E lasting very long as world champion with the name Big E as his wrestling name. I did say that.
Now, if Swerve was his nickname, like Hangman Adam Page, Bret the Hitman Hart, okay, that's one thing. But to just call this nigga straight up Swerve in an era where everybody's going by actual names, that's stupid.
His name is Swerve Strickland. Isaiah Swerve Strickland, you would feel better.
Yeah.
No, that still sounds stupid.
That's what he is. He's Isaiah Swerve Strickland. He just took Isaiah off. He's Swerve Strickland.
So he's going through that era. Remember when WWE took the first names off of people for no reason? They started calling him Theory.
You know
and that worked out great. That worked out great for him, didn't it?
Vince hates.
They didn't know how to book him. They didn't know how to book him.
They still don't know how to book
him. He went by Theory for like a year.
I mean, it's just to think he might have been real close to going by Austin, but we all know that wouldn't have
worked. That would have been better even with Stone Cold than going by Theory.
So
imagine going by Austin.
So I want to keep it on. AEW. So Tony Khan has been getting flamed up on the internet by multiple sources because he was talking shit about. He was mad because people were trying to talk about how it didn't make sense for Hook, who is Taz's son, who's in AEW, who is the FTW champion, even though it's not a real belt canon wise, but that's Taz's belt for all ECW veterans. Because Hook is facing Samoa Joe, it's gonna be Samoa Joe's first challenger, and then he got on Twitter or X and was saying, "How y'all gonna get on Hook for fighting Samoa Joe, but y'all about to have Jinder Mahal fight Seth Rollins?"
And you know what that reminded? He basically put over Jinder Mahal with that. You know what that reminded me of? When Mankind won the title and WCW said that's really going to put butts in seats. He found a way to make Jinder Mahal a borderline main event credible threat. The WWE couldn't figure that out the entire time he was WWE champion, and Tony Khan did it in 6 seconds.
He basically served them up a good promo for Jinder Mahal, pretty much.
A great one. Now watch it. Wouldn't be surprised if Jinder Mahal somehow, and if he won that match, and then Damian Priest cashed on him immediately. That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, it's going to be on. It's going to be on Raw, I believe.
Even better.
The match.
Because I know we're talking about AEW, but if we're being honest, I'm tired of Seth as World Heavyweight Champion.
We're gonna get to WWE. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I want to stick with AEW for a little bit longer.
As far as Hook getting a world title shot, I mean, records can and will always be inflated. Who has he actually beaten that we're like, damn, I could see a title shot for Hook?
His name is Hook.
The person who
yes,
his biggest feud is against Jack Perry. When Jack Perry turned heel, and they fought at All In or All Out in Wembley.
Is Jack Pillar? I said Jack Pillar. Is Jack Perry
He's a pillar. He is a pillar. He's considered a pillar. He's one of the 4 pillars.
JJ tried so hard. JJ tried so hard.
It's Jack Perry. It's Sammy. It's MJF, and it's who's the other one?
Darby.
I always forget Darby, and it was Darby. Those are the
That's
4
crazy
pillars.
that you forget Darby, but well.
Well, we talking about Perry. I mean, that match against Jack Perry, that's the one where CM Punk got fired and Jack Perry got suspended, and we ain't seen him since.
Yeah, Jack Perry kind of ruined that. Like AEW had something going, and next thing you know, fire CM Punk. CM Punk shows up in the other federation, and AEW took a big hit on everything.
So it's Jack Perry's fault that CM Punk is unhinged.
Hey, man.
And it takes everything so serious.
If you know someone is unhinged and takes something serious,
can't fight.
No, he can't fight. He can't fight MMA guys. There's a huge difference between fighting MMA guys and a regular person.
Y'all still there?
Use real glass on.
I'm still here.
Okay. Like it froze for a second.
As someone who trains, there is a huge difference between MMA people and just regular Joes.
My boy Ricky Starks and Big Bill, the former Big Cass.
I would prefer Starks
Big Bill
to get a title shot.
Yeah, Big Cass goes by Big Bill now.
Yeah, so getting back to Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I like Ricky.
Yeah,
he does sometimes. They need to be careful though, because he was talking shit to Adam Copeland, and he pretty much, like everybody else, called him a fake rock and told him to relax. And I'm scared that I don't want that to follow him his whole career, that he's a imitation rock.
I mean,
he does have the look though. He wears the Versace shirts. He's got the hair.
So he's basically trying to look like The Rock, but.
So you prefer? Hey JJ, do you prefer Ricky Starks as a name over Swerve? Strictly?
Yes.
Or Hook.
Hook.
Or Big Bill.
Big Bill just sounds like the first boss in a Streets of Rage game. These names are terrible. Like, who is working AEW creative to sit these people down and say, "Yo, we're gonna call you Hook"?
Well, AEW wrestlers have more freedom, so I feel like they're picking their own names.
And I feel like they should be that freedom should be taken away if they're being. I can't take you seriously as a main event, mainstream threat. We got Roman Reigns on one side, Hook.
Yeah, well, I mean, but Hook is not a main event.
Not yet.
He won't be with that name. With the name, people won't be taking him seriously. Hook, Swerve. What's his name? You can call somebody Jump, Talk.
What makes the name Taz so suitable?
That was in the 2000s where everything ended in Z.
I mean, you can't forget when he was the Tasmaniac.
And you also had the Tasmanian Devil, so people knew what Taz went by. Hook, is he Captain Hook? Is he going by is he teaming up with Peter Pan? Like, what is happening here?
No, he's teaming up with Orange Cassidy.
Even Orange Cassidy was a way more creative name than Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy. Okay, I can get behind that. It's got a cliche. It's got a what's the word I'm looking for? A catchphrase. It sounds cool. It sounds something like you never heard before. Hook just sounds like something someone just randomly said, and it's just like, oh yeah, we'll go with that until you get something better, and then they just never did.
Hook is definitely an homage to his the Taz, his pops, being from Red Hook. So it's kind of hard to go around and call yourself Red Hook as a.
It would have been better to go by Red Hook because then people could have thought of Red Hood, and now that he could have had something to go with that versus just Hook.
We can do a whole segment just on JJ talk about everybody's wrestling name.
These suck. I'm like,
all right, so rumor has it she didn't show up last week. I don't know if she's showing up tonight, but rumors has it that Mercedes is planning on signing with AEW. Do you believe that she will show up on a Dynamite?
I felt like AEW already, fumbled the bag on that one.
they did, but if she does, I don't think she shows up on a Dynamite. I think she shows up on a pay-per-view.
Well, the next one is Revolution in Greensboro, Sting's last match.
There you go. What better way to rein in Sting's last match by debuting Mercedes Moné and having her do a split?
That's nasty.
She did it when she was making fun of Melina at the Royal Rumble that one time.
You just gonna kill Sting's last match by throwing Mercedes Moné entrance music out there.
And let's be real here. Sting should have had his last match a decade and a half ago, if that. So
you saying the last match should have been Seth? Or
no, it should have been before that. It should have been his
it should have been
match.
TNA.
It should have been probably, if not that, it should have been WrestleMania 27 against Undertaker. But he's 13 years past the dude. Like that milk been expired.
I mean, I'm not saying that Sting can still go, but he's definitely in much better shape than a lot of the legends that trot out to the ring still.
Well, a lot of those legends are like in their 70s, so I would hope so.
I mean, Sting is 64.
I'll say
That's
Sting ain't
not
far
70. That's not 70.
It's not 70, but it ain't 50.
There's a huge drop off between 60. There's a bigger drop off aging wise between 64 and 70 than there is from 50 to 60.
I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is Sting is up there, so I do agree that this needs to be the end. I am trying to go to that Greensboro pay-per-view.
Who's his match against? I
don't
forget.
know. It's going to be a tag match because he hasn't had I'm pretty sure it's going to be a tag match. He hasn't had a solo match his entire run in AEW.
And
so it's going to be him and Darby versus somebody.
Right.
Okay.
We can always drag out Steamboat. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure good old Ricky Steamboat is willing to.
Why stop there? Just bring out Jeff Jarrett too while you're at it.
I mean, Jeff Jarrett is signed to AEW.
There you go.
Jeff Jarrett is busy right now, dealing with.
No, but
slap nuts.
Now I'm thinking, shit. Hey, Tony Khan, make the call, pay the money, get Undertaker to do a one-off match against Sting, so you finally get it.
Mark Calloway would never do that. He is way too loyal to WWE.
Pay the money. Vince is gone.
He would never do it.
Vince is gone. Have Sting get on the phone with him. Pull out all the stops.
Mark Calloway would sooner chokeslam Michelle McCool on concrete than he would to show up at AEW.
Well, it wouldn't be Mark Calloway. It's not Adam Copeland.
He can't go as the Undertaker.
He could go as Kane the Undertaker.
He could go as Mean Mark Gallows.
He could get Mean Mark Gallows. He can go as that. I got that action figure somewhere around here.
Oh God, you really got a Mean Mark?
It was on sale at Walmart for like $5. I had to, man.
The fact that they actually had it is the even crazier part. Not the fact that he bought it.
They had a bunch of legends. They had Farouk Assad too. Like when he looked like he looked like a Mega Man. That light blue crap he used to wear.
Did they have? They got Dr. Yankel.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
They got, what was the white guy trying to be the African prince?
Oh,
Akeem.
Akeem, the African Dream. He was from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Like,
and he had a black handler, which was even more hilarious.
That was way. I'm like, this thing used to dance too. I'm like, fam.
with the
Handler
garb.
instead of
He
manager.
had the garb on too.
Fake ass dashiki he was wearing.
All right, so I'm trying to think. Y'all got anything y'all want to say about the whole Chris Jericho situation going on?
I haven't even read what is like. So there's someone accused him of
Kylie Ray, former AEW wrestler, accused Jericho of getting handsy and inappropriate with her when he invited her into his office, and that's like the headline. I haven't delved in deep into the story, but people are getting on Tony Khan because they talk about you over here worried about Jinder Mahal, but you got Chris Jericho signed to you and he got all this stuff going on. They booed him at the last pay-per-view. They sang half the people sang his song, the other half booed him. And JJ, I know this is one of your favorite wrestlers, so
yeah. With this is with like every other situation that comes with this. I just need to see the evidence. You say one person says this happened, the other person says nothing happened or that this happened. The person who made the accusation is on you to prove it. So until I got nothing to say. 'Cause obviously I wasn't there, so I got nothing to say until the facts come out.
do you think that they should suspend Chris Jericho?
I'm not for punishing someone before evidence is shown, unless they're a cop.
I do feel like Tony Khan shouldn't be too lackadaisical with the situation, though.
Now, you can not be lackadaisical. You can, I don't want to say suspend. You can pull Chris Jericho from certain like appearances, but I'm not for just outright saying, "Oh yeah, you're suspended by. We'll see you after like death."
You know, pulling him off TV is a reasonable thing to do.
Because right now, and this is the nasty part. He reformed the Sex Gods with Sammy Guevara.
Gotta go all in with you.
Like, you know what they say? No press is bad press. You gotta find something in it.
Go all in with your character.
Right now, because Sammy is fighting Ricky Starks right now, because Jericho and Sammy are supposed to fight Starks and Big Bill for the AEW champion tag team titles. That's who they're supposed to fight against. Because Kenny's hurt. He has diverticulitis, so he said he may end up retiring. It just depends.
He's got the Lesnar.
The Lesnar is crazy. The Lesnar had that literally almost 15 years ago, but calling it the Lesnar is crazy.
I mean,
if you listen to Paul Heyman, that's what ended his UFC career.
It is what ended his UFC career. Well, the ass whoopings he took after he came back from is what ended his UFC career, but like Cain Velasquez and what's his face ended his UFC career.
I mean, Lesnar fighting nothing but, well, for the most part, monsters during his UFC career. He could have been spoon-fed a few.
He was spoon-fed Heath Herring and an old Randy Couture. That's how he won the belt in the first place.
Oh, man.
Like, what else? And then they gave him Frank Mir a second time.
We're not about to get Calvin started on UFC.
He was spoon-fed. He was spoon-fed 4 matches, and then people realized he can't throw hands. It's like, okay, well, the second he fights a wrestler who can get up, he's gonna lose, and that's exactly what happened.
I mean, at that time, a lot of heavyweights couldn't throw hands.
Yeah, that's exactly how Ronda Rousey maintained her championship for so long. She was fighting soccer moms and women that worked at Walmart. And then they brought over Holly Holm. I won a quick 1,000 off of that match. I was like, yes, Holly Holm about to beat the brakes off this woman. And that's exactly what happened.
Miesha Tate does not work at Walmart.
No, but Miesha Tate decided to fight her like an idiot. Instead of throwing hands with her, she decided to keep trying to take her down, which was a mistake because judo is the counter to wrestling. So, but,
I mean, have we ever looked at Miesha Tate's fight and said, man, she's really throwing them hands today?
She was beating Ronda on the feet both times.
Oh, well,
that's right.
I guess going back to what we just said, Jericho is not off of TV. He is fighting Big Bill in the crowd right now.
There you go. I mean, what better way to clear your name than to fight someone who shares a name with a president who got accused of the same exact thing you're accused of right now.
See, this is the issue with Tony Khan and the situations. Like, he waits until it's a full blown volcanic explosion before he finally decides to, like, all right, I'm gonna step in and punish somebody now. Like, not saying necessarily, I agree with JJ. You got to, wait for the evidence or whatever. But at this point, with these accusations, everything that's going on, Jericho should not be on TV. But you're pretty
If you're
much
gonna put him on
dismissing
TV,
the claim.
then you could like do him like a backstage, say like a quick thing, or like
You shouldn't be in
one
front
of
of the
those
live
pre-recorded
crowd.
things.
Yeah, I agree. So the eight women tag matches coming up. I was like 8 women tag matches coming up. Give me your quick thoughts before we move on to WWE about the AEW women's division.
When you said 8 women, I thought you were about to say 8 women to accuse Jericho. I was about to say, yo.
Nah. 8 women's tag match.
I don't know who's in it. So.
Well, on one side you got Saraya and Ruby Soho, and I forgot who that. I just forgot. Oh, they're teaming with Sky Blue and Julia Hart. That's one side.
Sky Blue is in the match. It's amazing already.
I need you to calm down, Calvin.
And then on the other side, you got the returning Thunder Rosa, one of my favorites. You got what's her name? Whitney Nightingale. I forget her name. God,
Willow.
I'm sorry. Willow Nightingale. And then I forgot who the 2 other baby faces are. But
the fact that
is it Anna Jay?
The fact that they just cut to that they showed you who was in the match and you don't remember who's in the match, but you got
because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the pictures. I was I know who's in the women's division. I just forgot who's in this particular match. My question was, how do y'all feel about the women's overall
consensus of how people feel about the AEW women's division right now?
No, because I forget the men's matches too, so I'm different. But how do you feel overall about the women's division in AEW?
I feel like AEW's winning it. Oh, Kevin.
Yeah, because I know you said you don't really know who's in it.
The women's division just seems like a bare cupboard. I mean, losing Jade really hurts the division, in my opinion.
We'll see.
Because, I mean,
if you replace her with Mercedes, then I mean, all is well. They already got Diana Purrazzo from Impact. She was supposed to go to WWE, but she said she didn't want to wait, and she said AEW is where she really wanted to go anyway.
So, I mean, plus, a lot of times AEW, really, really backburners the women's division storylines.
We're still waiting on Britt Baker to make her return,
which also is killing.
Still waiting on Jamie Hayter to make her return from injury.
But you would think that with 2 shows that there would be more love for the AEW women's division.
3 actually, because Rampage. Rampage on Friday night following SmackDown.
You would think that there would be more love. I mean, you have 2 titles, or 3 now.
Like, how many titles do they have total?
Well, technically they have 3 because you have Athena, the former Ember Moon, who's the ROH Women's Champion. So technically they have 3.
You have 3 women's, respected titles, but they're not really giving us the storylines needed for the titles or the matches, really.
So people just walking around with cummerbunds with nothing to talk about. I'm like, all right, sounds about right.
So, I mean, when you label the belt as the TBS title, then to me it kind of diminishes it as a heavyweight title, like as a world championship, I should say.
Yeah, that and the TNT title, both of them do.
Well, they're supposed to be mid-card titles.
Well, then name it something like you could have named the television championship. Y'all had that. Could have went back to doing that. You could have had a European championship. You could have something. But TBS and TNT just sounds like you could only
because you're naming it after the channel that it's on.
Yeah, like sounds like you can only defend it on that channel. Like it can only be one if you're actually on TBS that day. Like that's again, who's naming these things? Like I need to know who's in AEW creative and say, you know what? Swerve, Hook, TBS Championship,
You
TNT
keep saying
Championship,
these people's names. I'm telling you, the wrestlers pick their own names.
and their creative had to green like that, so they get just as much flack from it.
Well, talk to
The
Brian
only
Danielson because he's head of creative, or he's on the creative team.
Brian Danielson, that's his actual name, so like I can let that go.
But he's on the creative team.
I
So
mean,
he's part of greenlighting these things. I
Do you
mean, he
think the
wasn't
Young
when they
Bucks
made
are
all
gonna-
those decisions, but going
you
forward.
think the Young Bucks are really going to have a serious conversation with somebody about their name?
You don't like the Young
I
Bucks?
can respect
No, I
a
love
young
the Young
Bucks,
Bucks.
man.
I love the Young Bucks, but they're not going to go crazy about somebody's name.
And that's exactly why their product is looked at as drastically inferior despite that hot run they had.
All right, let's move on to some WWE.
I wouldn't say drastically inferior though.
Let's move on.
It's drastically inferior, man. It's like Doritos and Great Value chips.
But before we get to WWE, I do want to comment on the drastically inferior thing because you could say that.
Yeah, that's what
with
I like that. Yeah,
you could say with that WWE was forced to step their game up with AEW being around. We're not getting the same old boring recycled product.
Not disputing that. But now that WWE has stepped its game up, AEW has pretty much just fallen down Family Guy style with their hand behind their back.
But I mean,
Their women's
it's
division
not
gets pushed to the side. They gotten predictable. It's like, show me something. WWE said, okay, y'all around for real? All right, here's the tribal chief. AEW brought out Montel Jontavius Porter, and now he's gone. Put him in a predictable ass storyline. So it's like, now that he's gone, y'all got to step your game up somehow. Y'all better take this devil thing and make it for real because y'all have a bunch of talent from WWE that people thought were world championship material. So y'all better do something with it. Because every time I think of a WWE star outside of Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho, just like, what's something special they did in AEW? Oh, they debuted, and then okay,
Miro
cool.
Miro had a long TNT title reign.
I can't take that belt seriously.
Let me see who else.
That belt looks like beef jerky.
Saraya won the women's championship.
Toni Storm is the hottest that she's been.
Toni Storm is this is the best character work she's doing. This is Christian's best work he's doing.
Yeah, and he's
the storyline with him and Adam Copeland is great. I'm glad that they didn't make us wait like a year before they did it. They gave it to us right away.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Now they did drop the ball with Andrade, which is why he's leaving.
I think Andrade is. I think he dropped the ball himself. Like I'm not.
I mean, I think it's a combination of both. He had that storyline when he first got there, where I thought they were really gonna do something with him and Vicky Guerrero. I like that because Andrade. I love Andrade, but he clearly needs somebody to speak for him. He speaks English, but his English isn't the best, so he can't really cut promos like that. You see what they started doing with Shinsuke? They just started having him do backstage segments and putting subtitles up. They just said, "Fuck it." At this point,
you talk about someone that they dropped the ball on. That's a huge ball drop.
We gonna get there.
They brought that man. They brought that man from Japan and just said, "You're not gonna do nothing."
Now I do. Now, what's the name? Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews with the House of Black. They are the trio. They are the trio's tag champs. I just wish they would do a little bit more with them. They're low key feuding. They're low key feuding with Blackpool Combat Club. Speaking of that, Claudio got his first championship when he became his first world championship. He ain't ROH champion. You see, they just put the title on Samoa Joe. So they're doing things with former WWE talent. So
I'm be honest, bro. All the things we just went through, nothing really makes you jump out of your chair.
I mean, you also don't want to do the same mistake that TNA did and just constantly, diminish your homegrown talent by constantly putting over the ex-WWE guys that came over.
Well, that was one of the biggest criticism of AEW is that they don't put over their own people enough.
The thing with TNA was they weren't just putting over ex-WWE guys. They were literally running the exact same storylines that WWE was running with the ex-WWE guys. Like
they call themselves the band.
Like, come on now. Like, y'all literally doing the exact same
Hey,
story 15 years after the fact.
the first iteration of the main event Mafia was dope.
That was fire. It was great work.
That shit was dope. When they all with was it Steiner, Booker T, Sting, and Hall and Nash.
Great work. I mean,
That was dope.
And then they ruined it.
Aces and Eights was great work until
the end. Until they revealed Bully to be the president.
That would have been great if it was Devon as the president.
Okay.
Devon has no charisma. Devon, I can't. Ever since that whole Testify thing, Devon lost me forever with that mess.
Masturbation.
Devon lost me with that crap, like, bro. Like, I know he had something better than that, and I don't know who was helping him with those. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Respect.
It helped transition to the Deacon.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and move on to WWE. I'm gonna just go ahead and ask y'all, Rock and Roman, how y'all feel?
Hate it. I really
feel like it's going to turn into a triple threat.
Then what was the point?
Exactly.
If it's going to turn into a triple threat, then what is the point?
Because, I mean, we all know Rock obviously is not going to win.
Okay, so this is the question. Do you think that the match is going to happen at Elimination Chamber, which is everybody's saying it is, or do you think it's going to happen at WrestleMania? Because him and Roman, though, the title should not be involved for him and Roman to fight each other. The head of the table is its own championship. It doesn't
combat.
And we saw how that first one worked out where there's supposed to be no outside interference, and he won for outside, and it was never addressed. That bothered me.
I think the rules got changed. I think Roman
mid-match.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're the heel champ, you get all the rules that you.
Do y'all think that? Do you think that The Rock coming back ruined Cody's chance at finishing the story against Roman?
Ruined, no, but
no.
It was already not going to be as like dramatic once he lost the first time. If we're going to be honest, he could have been perfect. They could have perfect booking from WrestleMania 39 through 40, and there's still going to be some people that's going to be not as enthused just because he already lost, and he lost due to outside interference.
The point is to build him up, have him go through adversity, and then come over.
If you were going to do
that, you don't want Cody to just come in from AEW and just put the title on him.
If that was the case, I would have had the adversity him not even get the title shot. I would not have had him win the Royal Rumble. I'd have had him be the last one eliminated.
Him coming out at 30 was nasty. I hated that.
That was stupid. Like,
because you pretty much gave the winner away.
Yeah, you announced it beforehand, and then you put him out at 30. Those are two stupid things to begin with. Two, if you want him to have this whole, I got to earn my way to the title, why have him have the title match in the first place, be about to win it, and then lose because of outside interference? That's not him building up to anything. That's like, you cheated, my guy. Like, I had you beat.
Well, Roman always cheats, though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have had, if you're going to do the whole... If you weren't going to have Cody win at WrestleMania 39, I would not have had him win the Royal Rumble. I would have had him be the last one eliminated by his own mistake. Something that makes it like I gotta have some internal looking into myself for a year. Something like that. I wouldn't just be like, man, yeah, you just ran through everybody. You beat Seth Rollins with a broken titty. Like I had doing all that stuff. I wouldn't have had all that happen, and then just for you to come out and lose off of a basic spear, like nah, fam.
First off,
it was more than a spear. It was more.
Roman spear is not basic.
Nigga, everybody does the spear now.
Ricky Starks does it the best.
Wow.
Ricky Starks ain't even 200 pounds.
I don't care.
Braun Breaker is not going to be happy about that.
I don't care about Braun Breaker.
I hate that name too.
I know you do.
I hate that name.
You want him to be Braun Steiner?
It sounds like a night. Braun shouldn't be there at all. This nigga ain't black. It sounds like a 1990s like arcade game. Like what you got to go play? Braun Breaker. Well, okay.
So how'd you feel about the name Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
Because it's spelled differently.
It was almost pronounced differently too. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Brain Strawman either. So
That should be his new name when he
I
comes back.
mean, I think the only thing that has, partially diminished this long term storyline with Cody would be the random week long let's give you a tag team title reign for
Oh my god,
absolutely
with
no reason.
him and Jay Uso.
that was weird. And it was even weirder than with that is, when was the last time he mentioned Roman?
I mean, he keeps popping up on SmackDown, and he's still feuding with the Bloodline.
But it hasn't felt like I'm trying to finish the story. It felt like I'm here, I'm at your house at the party, but I'm not going to talk to the host until it's time to leave said
Well,
party.
He keeps talking about finishing the story. That's how him and Shinsuke came to be. Because Shinsuke wants to finish the story for him.
We're pretty sure that.
I hope he loses.
Do we feel like it's an automatic that Punk is going to win the Royal Rumble?
It is to me.
All right, so now
and he's going to challenge Seth.
When you create the Elimination Chamber match, now that gives Cody that I scrapped from the bottom because
I think Cody's going to win. I think Cody's going to win the Elimination Chamber.
I mean, I think it's everything Trey said. I think that's exactly what's going to happen also. But that still doesn't feel like scraping from the bottom. It just feels like, there's no one else.
I think that it would be more adversity if Cody enters the Rumble at number 1 and then is part of the last 2 and then gets eliminated by Punk. That would be some adversity. And then winning the Elimination Chamber, being found.
It would, but then you risk that might have people hate Punk. The fans might hate Punk
because he's gonna be a heel when he fights Seth anyway.
We're gonna hate Punk regardless because
I already hate him.
First of all, you speak in French.
The collective we.
I don't hate Punk. I think it's hilarious. The only thing I hated for that he's had when he said this is home. I hate when anybody says that. But with him, it just sounded so much worse.
It sounded fake.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded fake as hell. Then at the end, he's gonna say, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." Just biting Scott Hall's swag.
Hey man, that's Steiner math.
Nah, but going back before we get into that, going back to The Rock and Roman, rumor has it that The Rock is going to bring some Anoa'i family members with him. Who do you think those family members could be?
Alpha and Sika.
I mean, we haven't seen Rikishi yet. And Rikishi is going to be a part of this storyline. We just haven't seen him yet.
I did it for The Rock.
So Rikishi, he's a Fatu, but I mean, outside of Alpha, Sika, and Rikishi, who can he bring besides like a bunch of old men? He's an old man bringing other old men.
Or unless he starts bringing some of the younger, their family tree is long.
He gonna bring his daughter.
He could bring Zilla Fatu, which is Umaga's son. He could bring him. They say he's been training in the performance center.
I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound bad. I hope The Rock hurts himself before this match happens and he can't be in it.
So why do you always have to be a dream crusher?
I'm not a dream crusher. This is like, I don't want. First of all, The Rock doesn't have it anymore.
Who cares?
Like, what do you mean? Who cares?
I literally just saw Stone Cold Steve Austin fight Kevin Owens.
That was not taken seriously. That wasn't taken seriously. That was not a serious match. That was a goofball match. And even though
no one asked for that, people are asking for Roman and Rock
because people are stupid.
Aren't you people?
I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go out there and watch The Rock arm drag Roman Reigns for 27 and a half minutes like he did against
the scene of the final chapter.
The final chapter is the 51-year-old Rock.
The Rock is the final boss.
He's not even blood related to these niggas.
Doesn't matter.
He's still family based.
Yeah. He's the biggest name from that family, so he is the final boss.
I hope that match. If it happens, I hope that match sucks so bad.
I mean,
Why would
around
you want?
I'm
Why would
I'm
you want
Mania
hoping.
that?
doesn't
Why
I'm
would you
Roman
hoping
not
it
want it to be
pass?
great?
because I don't want to see it. I'm tired of niggas from the '90s and 2000s wrestling. Like, go away, all y'all, go away, please,
Does Roman
go
pass
away.
another record with the title past Mania?
He's one of. I think he's going to pass one of Hogan's title reigns.
So I mean, to have him go,
He'd
to
have to
have
make
him
it to
beat Rock.
he'd have to hold it to SummerSlam though to pass the Hogan record to get to like 1,400 days. He has to hold it like right after SummerSlam.
To have him beat Rock at Mania. I mean, that is what the story calls for.
Which would make it even a bigger win for Cody if he were to beat him.
So if he faces The Rock at Mania, then where's he facing Cody?
SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't watch anything wrestling related for that. So I'm good off of that. I'm good off of that, man. I'm good off of that. I'm so good off of that. If I watch The Rock main event of WrestleMania in 2024, I'm so good off of wrestling.
I mean,
Well,
but you know what Cody
you better find something else to watch. So
I guess I would. There's plenty of things I can find to watch. Like I will find something else. If I wake up and they announce the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania is 51-year-old groin tearing Rock who tore his groin at 39 wrestling. Like, I can't imagine. I hope it's Undertaker Roman bad. Like that's how bad I hope it. I hope it's Roman Triple H WrestleMania 32 bad. Just botch city.
You hear this guy?
I don't want to see the like, yo, deep down, if people were really being honest with themselves, they don't want to see that shit. Maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
Want to see it.
I don't want to see it now. Like that's lame. It's lame. It's like waking up and saying, I want to watch the Pistons play the Spurs right now.
No,
you don't want to see Wemby?
No, I don't want to see Wemby face Jalen Duren. I don't want to see that.
It's a legacy match for Roman. You give.
Man, this is not SmackDown versus Raw 2006. Take that legacy mess out of here. Randy Orton ain't here. Cody Rhodes ain't here. Ted DiBiase Jr. ain't here. There's no legacy involved. Legacy match for Roman. Top local legacy match for him. Yeah. The nigga's he's already powerbombed Roman before as part of the Shield. He's already powerbombed The Rock as part of the Shield.
Yeah, that was the Shield. He ain't Shield Roman no more. He's levels above. You seen the new hoodie?
Suffering Succotash.
That's a different Roman. That's a different
Roman. I'll never let that go. It's still funny.
How do y'all feel about Damian Priest and this cash in? Do you think he's going to do it successfully at any point?
I hope so, because if he's not successful,
he wants that though.
No, I'm saying I hope so. This is the reason why. Because if he's not successful in cashing in, I don't think he'll ever get another title shot. I think that will hurt him worse than it hurt Damien Sandow. It's going to be the tale of two Damiens.
I don't think we'll be mad if Priest doesn't get another title shot.
Because of the way they booked him. They could have booked this nigga better than this.
Do you think that we have an opportunity for this to be another Otis situation where somehow he loses the Money in the Bank to somebody else, the briefcase? So, like, let's say a Drew McIntyre or somebody?
That would be so gross.
I mean,
if I'm Damian Priest and they tell me that mess, I promise you I'm not re-signing any contracts. I'm good off of y'all.
I mean, once we get into the Judgment Day, implosion situation, then you have more of a reason for a Priest to lose the briefcase, and obviously that's a reason for him to get put out of Judgment Day.
Well, they're already, once they started adding R-Truth into this, Judgment Day is clearly breaking up. They were already going to break up, but now it's clear.
I mean, now that we turned the heel faction comical, it's
comical. Is like that's putting it lightly. Them niggas are Looney Tunes now. They reached Foghorn Leghorn levels of Looney Tunes, bro. I really wish they hadn't turned Edge here. I would like to have seen like a what if Edge had stayed in, how would it have looked? Because I liked the way it was going. I was hoping it wasn't going too supernatural because they might have done that, but I feel like they would have been a much better version of the Brood from back in the day. And then I feel like they kicked them out way too quick.
Yeah, Edge did an interview where he talked about it. I forgot where it was, but he said the initial plan was to kick him out as early as they did, but the plan was eventually, of course, to kick him out.
Yeah, I remember he said it was going to be like almost a year of him in it.
Mm-hmm. They did turn on him very quickly.
Yeah, like it's like literally it was like a month and a half. I was like, bruh.
Once they added Finn, it was over.
It was that Finn. That was pretty much it. And then then they ended up fighting Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio's son for like 8 months, and then Mysterio joined them. And then they fought for another 8 months. Like they literally only feuded with the Mysterios. It feels like the Mysterios in the LWO. Just like, damn, how long is this going on?
When Dom leaves Judgment Day, does he still keep the epic heat that he has?
I think he's built it. I think it's
more.
more.
It depends. It depends how he. It depends how he leaves.
That, but I think he's gotten to the point where I don't think he can ever be a credible babyface again.
I think in order for him to get some type of babyface run, Mommy got to turn on him, and he has to like legitimately like get like Bullet Club kicked out, like the way they kicked out AJ.
Like, if I were him,
full-fledged beat down.
If I were him, I wouldn't want that.
And mommy has to turn on him.
If I were him, I wouldn't want that. I would want to be heel because once Roman goes, of course you got Solo, whatever. There's gonna be another spot for that main event heel in WWE. I think he could be that.
Well, I was saying if they were going to turn him face, that's how it should be. Now,
yeah,
they want to keep it.
True.
If they want to keep him heel, then the Judgment Day just needs to implode on its own, and then he just goes off on his own and just keeps doing nefarious things.
If I were him, like I would be like, I would never want to be face. Like, never turn me face.
I want Dom to never win clean, ever.
Well, he's already done that though. He's already. I know.
When he's talking about once he goes solo.
If he goes solo, I don't want him to win clean ever. Just consistently find a way to win by
any means
cheat
necessary.
Tactics, roll ups here. You know, if it's clean,
lie, cheat, and steal.
Not the lie.
I would go more. I would go more ultimate opportunist, not lie, cheat, and steal.
Oh, the devil is in the ring right now. Adam Cole with his fucking boot on. Who knows when that shit's coming off?
1974.
Oh, then he's overdue. She needs to be part of that group when she does come back.
That would be fire.
The United Kingdom. Now, let's move on to your boy Yeet, your boy Jey Uso. He said he's going for the Intercontinental Championship, didn't he? What title did he say he's going after?
I hope it's the IC. I would love that.
I think he said he was going after the IC. I know he's entering the Royal Rumble, but I think he said he's going after the IC. He's going after some because Gunther.
But you know what I want for the Usos at the Royal Rumble.
If you say Jimmy to eliminate Jay, I think like if they're in the Rumble, you want Jimmy to eliminate Jay, don't you?
Well, but I want it to be like you really cost this man the opportunity to win, not just a random elimination. Like he's one of the final three.
Like he gets like Jimmy gets eliminated, but comes back to eliminate Jay.
Exactly. Like you're in the final three, maybe even two, and bro finds a way to cost you that world title shot. Punk.
I could definitely see Jey Uso being in the final four of the Royal Rumble.
I'd be surprised if he's not. But you know what's funny about that whole coming back to eliminate people? Like WWE is very arbitrary in when they enforce that. Sometimes it's enforced and it's canon. Other times, like you can't eliminate someone even after you've already been eliminated.
Well, my whole thing is, as far as the final four, do you think they're going to have all Raw superstars in the final four? Cody, Punk, Jay, and somebody else like a Drew, like somebody from SmackDown is going to be in it. So whether it be AJ, Roman, Randy, and LA Knight are all fighting at the Royal Rumble for the title. So the Royal Rumble is going to be the last match. So I'm assuming one of them after, because I'm assuming Roman's going to win. Assuming like let's say a Randy or LA Knight enters the Rumble after their match. Do you see one
I
of
think
them being the final four?
I could be probably be LA Knight.
Yeah. LA Knight.
But I mean,
I think it's going to be at least one SmackDown superstar. Maybe a Kevin Owens. Who knows? Because he's fighting Logan at the Rumble for the U.S. title.
I was kind of thinking about the rest of the roster that we're maybe overlooking. Could
Sammy's hurt. Sammy's hurt, but
Could
he's
be
raw.
Lashley.
Lashley could be Lashley. I don't know because now he's got this beef with Karrion Kross and the returning AOP.
Aren't they supposed to be like in a faction, or are they like building a faction?
Yeah,
it's
Paul
Ellering. Paul Ellering came. What's his face? And who's the girl? Is it Mia Yim that's in it?
No, she's in the OC.
Scarlett.
It's his girl, Scarlett.
Scarlett, not Mia Yim. Sorry.
If the faction is done 60% correctly, I actually love the faction of Kross.
Yeah, if it's done properly, that could be a very, very good faction. And then you can have them because if they're on Raw,
they can take over for the Judgment Day as far as being like the evil faction.
And yeah, you can have them feud with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
That's what they started out with. That's how they debuted. That's how because they were teetering on whether to make Lashley and the Profits face or heel. They're officially face now because they got attacked by the new Cross faction.
It's just something about Tez that I just can't believe him as a heel.
Montez Ford, yeah, he's got too much. He's got too much positive charisma.
Yeah, but the charisma that he has, I think that if he really wanted to, he could flip that to a heel.
It's almost like
he could, but
it just doesn't.
Since he's been so goofy, so already like with it, it'll be hard to get that out of people's minds. You know what I mean?
Something has to happen.
Yeah, something would have to happen to him. Like he'd have to get beaten to a bloody pulp to and then be left and be taken off TV for like a month.
He has to go dark.
He has to be broken, not to take Matt Hardy's thing, but
I mean, the only thing that could go that route is, we lost another tag title opportunity. He just beats the hell out of Dawkins,
which is what they were teasing it. They were teasing him and Dawkins because Dawkins got in better shape. It looked like he was going for a solo run. He started losing weight. Like, whenever somebody starts losing weight, they gearing up for some type of push. So that's what I thought it was going to be. I like the idea of putting it with Lashley with pretty much a Hurt Business 2.0.
But please this time make the Hurt Business let them take it seriously because I love the original Hurt Business.
I wouldn't be mad if they added Bianca to that.
I wouldn't either. Because I'm tired of seeing Bianca just get title match after title. She's becoming Charlotte real quick.
She is.
I love
me. Oh yeah, B-Fab. Some say Jade. Some say Jade could join.
Jade could join. The reason why I wouldn't have Jade join because I don't want to diminish either part. I don't want to diminish the new faction, and I don't want to take away from Jade's star power by putting her automatically in a group with 3 niggas.
Are we all in agreement that Jade is going to debut at the Rumble?
Yeah, I think she's going to win it.
Wow.
I mean, they say Trinity is on her way back to WWE, so she'll probably make her return in the Rumble.
Don't nobody give a damn about that.
I do.
We love Trinity. I'm sorry.
I love her too, but nobody cares. If you debut her and Jade Cargill in the same match, nobody's gonna give a damn. She'll get the customary. Oh my god, yeah, and then Jade is, especially if Jade's already in the ring when she comes out. You can't let her debut after Jade. If they're both gonna be there, she's got to show up first.
We're assuming
the women's
that
Royal Rumble, you could easily get multiple pops compared to the men's Royal Rumble.
Facts. Because everybody from the men that we want to see they've already returned. Randy, Punk, Cody.
But But I do agree
Like,
with you, JJ. If you pull Trinity's card after Jade's, then the pop is not going to be as big.
It's gonna be that's basically punishment for her leaving if you do that.
what I don't want, which it could be, what I don't want is for Jade to come out number 30. I don't want that.
No, hell no.
Please don't do that. I'd rather have her come out at like number 20. Or like
I'd rather her come out number like
yeah.
12 to 15, honestly. That way, and have her beat the hell out of like all the mid card filler. Have her beat the hell out of all of them.
I know Carmella just had a baby. You think Carmella might pop up in the Rumble?
Has it been at least 6 weeks since she had the baby?
I think so. I don't know.
Possibly, because you got to be on bed rest for 6 weeks afterwards.
Oh, Sting is here.
Oh,
If this was 1997, I'd be excited.
Sting with that bomber jacket. That shit fire.
that bomber jacket. Oh, and I need you to hit that Tony Schiavone if you're going to announce Sting, sir.
It's Sting.
There we go. You got to give Sting his justice out here.
It's one of the few guys who can have a verb as a nickname and it actually works.
I thought you had a problem with Sting. I was like, okay, about to cut the string.
No, I don't have a problem with Sting.
JJ, Surfer
Yeah.
Sting.
Sir. Oh, go ahead.
What?
Surfer Sting or Crow Sting?
Crow Sting.
I go with Surfer Sting.
I love both of them, but Crow Sting, even though it's a complete ripoff of the movie, like to the point where like I'm surprised he didn't get a cease and desist. But
Oh, same thing with Joker Sting. Complete ripoff.
complete.
He
But
even brought Joker Sting to AEW.
Crow-
He had Prince Nana tied up.
Surfer Sting just seems like he'd be on an episode of Saved by the Bell.
I'm pretty sure he was, or Baywatch.
Or one of those shows. Step by step, like he'd be like the celebrity gets on one of those shows. But yeah, Crow Sting, and it's not even close.
Oh, got my guy Powerhouse Hobbs in the ring. And what is he?
I got his
big.
action figure right over there.
He's big, he's black, and he's jacked.
Pause 3 times.
Pause indeed.
Big
But
meaty
that's
men.
what he said. Big meaty men slapping meat.
Slapping meat is outrageous, yo.
You know, it's the AEW crowd when two quote unquote meaty men are in the ring, they start chanting meat. They start chanting meat. Meat.
Meet the wrestler.
So before we get out of here, I just want to get y'all's. Did y'all see the promo between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk on Monday?
I did not. I was working overtime, unfortunately.
So pretty much, Drew McIntyre came out and said that he is considering retiring or leaving wrestling because in storyline, of course, I believe.
That's how you feel.
Because I just got distracted by the Bruce Banner pause. But
Bruce Banner. Yo.
It is Bruce Banner's Hulk. It's one of them. So.
But anyway, he said that Seth was right. The reason why he keeps losing is because of him, and then he called out CM Punk by name, and he pretty much was talking about how Drew is still salty that he won the Royal Rumble, beat Brock Lesnar, but he did it in front of no fans. So he's still salty that he was the COVID champion, pretty much.
I would be too.
And he didn't get a chance to have a real title reign. And then Punk came out and said he's going to eliminate Drew McIntyre first, eliminate him last. So, how do y'all feel about Drew McIntyre so far? Like, do you think that he needs to just embrace the full heel?
Yeah,
and embrace and become a full heel. Like, do you want to see a program between him and Punk? Like, what do you want?
I watched that. I did like when he was a Scottish psychopath.
He needs to go back to that.
Yeah, he needs to go back to that.
He put the sword away. He needs to stop wearing the kilt. He just needs to come back to the black jacket.
Black. The thing I hated about him so much as a face, more than anything else, was him counting down to the fucking kick. I hated
Oh my god!
so much.
I hate that. That was
you're breaking the fourth wall so much.
That is the true definition of when people turn face, they get corny as hell. and that was one of the corniest things I have ever seen in my life.
Like, what the hell?
Get up! What?
Like, why are you counting down to let the opponent know what you're about to do?
Just like Seth is a face now, but when he was an original face, he was corny as hell too. Like, I don't understand why faces have to be so fucking corny.
WWE doesn't know how to build a baby face. I don't know if you noticed that, but they all get put into the Hulk Hogan mold. Every last one of them. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, 24-inch pythons. They just changed the catchphrase of what they want people to say.
Start driving the Lex Express and shit.
Blonde Hulk Hogan.
There's nothing more corny than so. What do you want to talk about? That is so corny, man.
It was cool the first time he said it, but that was something that should not have been a catchphrase.
It's like we just.
So what do you want to talk about? Like, what?
I'll tell you what I want to talk about.
And then like they were one of his best, like the best bar I've ever heard Cody say was a Roman with no more rings, like that, and they ruined it. He lost. He put his best game and he lost.
Now, the best line from that promo battle was, "You ever won that?"
Yeah, when Roman was talking, yes. But
you ever won that? Have you ever competed for either one of these?
What about that one over there?
What about that one over there? Roman has gotten so much better at promos. It's ridiculous.
He said it's because they pretty much let him say what he wants to say now. I don't know if you remember Roman right before he became the tribal chief, when he was the dude who used to walk around with that weird ass big ass suit like it was 2002, and say he was taking a range check and he would look at his watch, and like that's very tribal chief-esque. If you go back and watch it now, it's like, okay, that makes.
Is this him from FCW?
No, it was right before he was in NXT, but it was right before, like the month before he debuted as the Shield. He was a different character. Just that one. He was like a businessman, but he would wear a suit that was like 3 sizes too big. But if you go back and watch,
what was his name? Lakai.
It was still Roman Reigns.
Lecrae.
But yeah, that nigga got. They said a bunch of wrestlers have said that once you nail your character, like promos get so much easier, and once he's figured out that character, it's gotten so much easier for him.
Oh man, give all the credit to Heyman.
I give a lot of credit to Heyman.
So who would you rather see Roman drop the belt to, Cody or Punk?
Cody. If I'm being honest.
Punk creates the Heyman guy storyline.
I mean, he did say he was my wise man first.
He did.
Storyline.
And
what better way for people to hate Punk more if he's the one that stops Roman?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be one of those. Like, you put me through this shit for 3 years just to have CM Punk walk his ass back in here and beat Roman.
11 years after the original Wiseman storyline, because remember he had the match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Then Brock left the company and he got started fighting Curtis Axel. And it was like, okay, and Ryback.
Everybody catches a GTS.
That's a significant downgrade for that.
All right, but did y'all have anything else that y'all wanted to touch on before we get out of here?
Yo, Calvin, man, how you feel about the Knicks being undefeated since OG Anunoby showed up?
Oh, okay. We're going sports.
We're going rogue. You know I love it, man. You know who we play next, so we're gonna see if we can stay undefeated against that squad.
I mean, yeah, I know y'all play next. We're not healthy, so you better.
That's what I'm saying.
For those who don't know, they're talking about the Mavericks.
Correct. We are talking about the Dallas Horses.
The Dallas.
Oh my God! Ric Flair is in the ring giving chops to Hobbs and just thumbed him in the eye.
Ric Flair.
Oh, wait, give us the jabs.
When I saw Ric Flair do that little wings thing on Twitter.
Oh, bull wings.
Yeah. Oh my God. You talk about a fall. You talk about a fall from grace. I've never seen a bigger fall from grace than that. Like what? Hulk Hogan called somebody. Wait, let me finish this, Trey. Hulk Hogan called somebody a nigga with a hard R on camera and didn't fall from grace harder than Ric Flair's wings, bro. Than Ric Flair's wings. Get
You
the
don't want
fuck out of here.
no lemon pepper woo wings.
No, that doesn't sound attractive at all. Like this. If I ever go to a store and they say, "Oh, we're gonna serve you some woo wings," it's just a cardboard cutout of Ric Flair, like life size. Just oh my god.
I wonder if
Like
I
how
can
much?
get those. I wonder if I can get those on DoorDash.
Like how much money did you waste in the '80s, bro? Like really, that you got to do this?
Hey, did he have like 3 or 4 divorces? I mean,
3 or 4 divorces and millions of dollars. Okay, you should still have some money. You shouldn't be like next thing you're gonna see him on the AT&T commercial soon. I promise you, something gonna like the general. He gonna be just show up with Shaq. I promise you. Difference is Shaq is doing side quests. This nigga Ric Flair looks like he's doing it because he needs the money.
He's gonna be doing
Rick was-
IDCC college commercials.
Yes, he might be doing that too.
Rick was a wild
Rick-
boy. Man.
Ric Flair about to be going back to school to get his degree. Like that's crazy to me. Also, the Giants missed the playoffs.
Oh, the San Francisco Giants.
But them and the New York Giants, they both missed the playoffs. Woo wings, bro. What the fuck?
Oh my God, this motherfucker, Darby Allin just did a coffin drop and missed this dude completely. I'm talking about he jumped off the stage and did a coffin drop and missed.
That finishing move, while it looks cool, it just seems weird to me because you're never gonna be able to see the person as you're hitting them. Like
The person supposed to catch him, didn't catch him.
I'm talking about when they're on the ground.
No, I'm talking about like the person you're fighting is supposed to trust enough to catch you.
Yeah,
So or you hit them complete or flush. This nigga Takeshita just let him fall right on his back and grab his waist.
man, that's some woo wings right there, man.
That's some Ridge Holland work.
Oh, Sting just hit a Scorpion Death Drop off the stage through a table on Powerhouse.
You mean a reverse DDT?
No, I mean a Scorpion Death Drop.
Reverse DDT.
Scorpion Death Drop. That's what they call it. That's what I'm gonna call it.
I know that's what they called it, and I love Sting, but I'm like, yo, really? I'm glad he went to the Scorpion Death Lock. That was his main thing. He kept that.
And Sting just got the pin.
And Sting just got the.
Don't you love wrestling? That's why we're here.
Hey, man, what is Sting's record this year?
I don't know his tag record. I have no idea. I think they're undefeated. for this year, 2024, probably 1-0.
The Sting is undefeated in tag team matches.
We're gonna put that in his Hall of Fame speech when he goes into the AEW Hall of Fame. Undefeated in tag team matches. The first wrestler to be completely undefeated in all his career tag team matches with a single promotion. The one and only.
I'm just waiting for Flair to turn on him in Greensboro.
Flair always turns on him.
That's what I'm waiting. Just wait on
Flair been turning on that man since like 1991. And he falls for it every time.
Sting keeps coming back like these. I ain't gonna say it.
he come back at like James Brown after he put his jacket on.
Oh, they really milking this. They making it seem like Sting might actually be really hurt, but they're milking it like he's can't walk.
Sting is like he's 64 years old. He probably is hurt. He was probably hurt when he woke up this morning.
He just stood up. Woo! He just stood up.
See, I couldn't
in the ring.
I couldn't be at the show because that's all I would just scream at Ric Flair the entire time. Wooings over and over again. That's all I was just yelling at this nigga. Just like, how much money did you waste, my dude? Like, how much money did you waste?
I'm just mad that Flair thought of the Woo Wings before RZA. Just heartbreaking.
No
wonder Shivani's in the ring. It's 10 o'clock. It's the last segment of the show.
Yep. Tony Schiavone.
All right, but did y'all that it? Is that all y'all got?
That's all I got. Unless y'all got anybody else's terrible names y'all want me to go with.
I mean, you might as well shout out your worst name that you feel is the worst ever.
Slapjack, probably.
Oh my god.
If I'm being honest. That's actually made it to TV. Like, yeah, probably Probably Slapjack.
Slapjack.
That's the first side scroll beat 'em up character you run into on Streets of Rage. The first guy. That's just Slapjack.
I actually
What?
agree with you on that one.
I think Reckoning was worse than Slapjack.
That's bad. But Slapjack, then Slap don't even sound like it's threatening to you, like Slapjack. What?
Okay, the young Bucks have finally returned to AEW and they're rocking mustaches.
Hate
no
everything
beard.
about that.
Just straight mustaches.
With no beard. Mustache with no beard and a little soul patch.
Oh God, the soul patch.
Okay, so the Bucks are back. I was just talking about them, the Young Bucks.
We were just talking about I can take the Young Bucks seriously. That name.
I like the Gun Club. The Gun Club is a dope name.
Gun Club is a dope name. I give you that. What's some other? Because I feel like AEW has like 975 different factions. So,
what about Daddy Ass?
No, hell no, that's crap. That sounds like homosexual porn.
Come on,
that sounds like gay porn. Like if we're being honest, like y'all niggas scissoring or something. Like what's going on?
Daddy, yeah. I mean, that's what we expect from Billy anyway.
Daddy ass. The nigga's name was really Mr. Ass for the longest, just Mr. Ass.
Now he's Daddy Ass. And it's hilarious that out of all of DX, he's the best in shape.
Yeah, the nigga was taking steroids like for the long. He just stopped taking steroids like 2 weeks ago. He's been taking steroids for 25 years.
Hold man, X-Pac is back, right?
Yeah, but X-Pac is trying to counter all those drugs he took. Like actual straight up hard drugs. Like this nigga Billy Gunn, he got suspended from the weightlifting competition. But think about that for a second. He got suspended from weightlifting federation for taking too much testosterone. Like them niggas pretty much eat steroids for breakfast. And his piss had so much steroids in it that they say, you know what, fam, we can't let you go out there and lift this weight, bro. Like you know how much testosterone gotta be in your piss for them to be like, man, nah, bro. It probably wasn't even yellow.
Where was it?
It probably coming out like lumps, like cottage cheese, or like tricks.
Hey yo,
hey yo.
Nigga was pissing pancake batter, talking about I'm healthy, bro.
Fucking concrete. What's going on here?
And on that note, we are out of here. Y'all want to say your names one more time before we get out of here?
Jokes from JJ. See me on IG, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Pornhub, XNXX. I'm kidding. Or am I?
Oh my god. Do they got search Jokes from JJ to find you and all of that?
Yes, sir.
Fade
Mitchell, I'm nowhere to be found.
Clearly, not without a do-rag at the very least.
Except on here.
Wu-Tang!
All right, y'all. Once again, this is your boy OTR Trey, aka Treyway, aka Wednesday Night Trey, aka Do Rag Trey, and we are out.